Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Naisha and this is Brown and Abroad. If you're new here, I create lifestyle and travel videos on my life in Chicago and my travels domestically and internationally. So this video, I'm going to speak to you all about my book deal that I got around March or April of last year. I signed with a small publishing company called Ulysses Press to write a sober, curious activity book. And it was supposed to originally come out this December, but it's not out yet. So I was going to do a get ready with me, and I've been wanting to do this for a few days, and I was supposed to do my hair and all this stuff, but I have foundation on. Unfortunately, you're not going to be seeing me put it on because I already put it on. So I have this foundation, this e.l.f. foundation. I think this is kind of like supposed to be their light coverage, kind of like tinted moisturizer thing. It's called Halo Glow Filter, and this is in the shade 7 Deep. Before I did all that though, I put this e.l.f. primer on. I really like this one because it's like it has like a cooling effect. It's called the Stay Cool Primer Stick, and I like the I don't know, I feel like my skin is a little dry sometimes, so I feel like it gives it like a little bit more like moisture, I guess. You're not gonna see me put this on because I was actually supposed to meet this person for lunch, and they picked the spot, but they picked a spot like that doesn't open until 4. We're supposed to meet at noon, and honestly, I wasn't really feeling it, so I kind of like used that to get out of it. I wrote a book called The Sober Curious Activity Book, and it's an activity book, so it's not a novel, right? And I wrote it for a small press out of Berkeley, California called Ulysses Press. So I'll tell you a little bit about how a person usually gets a book deal. So if I were to write a memoir, then usually, or like a work of fiction, right? Then what would usually happen is I would write the book. Then I would try to get an agent. So I'd write the book, I'd try to get an agent, and then from there the agent would like go on behalf of me and like pitch the book to publishing houses. That is how people get like those like big figure book deals. I don't have that. How I got this project is I was in a group for female writers, and my editor, she was looking for a writer for another book. It was like a young adult, like graphic novel or something of that sort on different female athletes in history. I don't know how I'm feeling about these eyebrows, y'all. And I applied for that one and I didn't get it. But I had applied for other ones in the past as well. And I didn't get it or whatever, but me and the editor kept in touch. And a few months later, she messaged me and was like, hey, I have this other book we're in development for. I think you'd be perfect for it, blah, 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 blah. And that happened, I would say, around February, March of last year. And it was a great experience and a great feeling because I was coming off of the heels of my brother dying, and then like I was working for Medium at the time, and then like that I did a few contracts with them, and then we parted ways. But the exact day that I got the information that I was not going to be getting another contract with Medium, that exact same day I got an email from my editor. And then the very last day that my contract at Medium was over, I signed the contract for the book. Okay, that didn't work out, but other things can work out, and there can be other projects for you to participate in. When it came down to the actual writing of the activity book, I had about 2.5, maybe 3 months. I feel like 3 months was even too much. I feel like 2 months, maybe 2.5 months to write it. And I wasn't gonna say no or anything like that because I actually took it. I didn't write anything for like a month really because I was like dealing with like intense imposter syndrome. And I was like, who am I to like be writing a book at all? And what if it sucks? Like, what if I can't do it? Like, what if it's like bad and I like completely bomb this? Like the jig is up. Like that's how I was feeling or whatever. And but then I was kind of like, actually, you kind of, this isn't that crazy out of your wheelhouse. And as well, like creating like an activity book. Like, so when I say an activity book, I mean it's broken up into 4 parts, like in the season. So it's supposed to be for like a year of drinking less. And there's habit trackers, there's recipes, party and event ideas, ways to, have community. So there's journal prompts, there's little like coloring pages and like all types of different things helpful in helping you to drink less if that is something that you're interested in creating it. I realize is not that much different than creating a magazine. Y'all, I was gonna put on eyeshadow just to be like, I'm gonna eyeshadow, but my everyday makeup look doesn't really include a lot of eyeshadow. It just really kind of includes a little bit of eyeliner, maybe under, and then maybe on top, but usually just under. And I have some blush that I'm going to do. But basically, okay, so what were we talking about? We're talking about the book, right? So I wrote the book, and then I had a round of edits to do, and the book came in a little bit short as far as word count. And then I had to go in and like create more of the book, which was fine. And I'm really happy with like what ended up happening and what I ended up doing with it. And you'll just have to see when it does come out. But it was supposed to come out this past December of 24, but I was shortly before that in the fall, I was notified that they had decided to restructure their calendar because nonfiction book sales have been, down and stuff like that. They decided it's going to come out next year, December 2025. And of course, at the first, I was like, oh, bummer. Because I was like, who doesn't want like their book to come out, just like in general? But then I was like, actually, I can use this time to really like build a platform, create like a real robust marketing plan, because it's going to be on me to like figure out the marketing of this. And I'll be able to like, really like put my back into it and trying to sell as many copies as possible. Because there's this statistic that says like out of like all the books that are released every year, only maybe like 4% of them sell over 1,200 copies. And in order for me to make this profitable, I need to sell way more than 1,200. And when I say the marketing plan, I mean, like, how am I going to market this? One way is by developing and, you know, building a platform, being on here more, like I'm being asked to be, and showing up more. And then hopefully in turn, you guys will show up for me. But also, I plan on doing things like getting it in like reviewed in like magazines, websites, things like that. Um, it's gonna come out in December, so I'm hoping that it can be good for gift guides for, you ever seen those like this type of gift for this type of person and whatever else. Like I'm really hoping that I can get it like, in some gift guides. Maybe see if I can utilize, I don't know if TikTok is still going to be around, but like utilize social media and people online that, review books and things like that, or who are in the sober or sober curious movement. I don't know, selling it live, like at booths would be cool. But like maybe writing articles or getting it put in articles, or maybe if I could maybe even feature in some podcasts or something like that. I just need to like make sure that I'm getting the word out. I use this powder called Airspun, and I'm gonna see if I can put this powder on without being too messy. I like to do it old school, like I'm Rita Hayworth. Well, that's the deal on the book deal. So I decided to go with this berry type of lip gloss I have. I think it's called Raw Footage, and I believe it's Urban Decay. And I'm going to set it with some setting spray. Just a very everyday, run-of-the-mill look. Later on, I'm going to finish my weave. This is how you know I wasn't really trying to do nothing. I was like, I'll just throw this head wrap on and then like put a dress on. But thankfully, the universe came through, and now I can just have lunch and go to work. If you are interested in supporting me and the Sober Curiosity activity book, one thing that you can do is you can pre-order it. I'm pretty sure pre-orders are still going on, and I'll link it in the description. Pre-ordering shows the publishing company and the stores that this is going to be in demand, that there are people that are waiting for this, and that they're making the correct decision with hiring a Black author and even, creating content around this subject matter in general. So thank you guys so much for stopping by, tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.